Again, welcome, and I really appreciate all of you joining us. I know you're all very busy, and we only meet twice a year, so I'm really glad to see you all being willing to give your time to check in with what's going on here um, at the Bay Area Community College Consortium in the ICT digital media sector. If you're just joining us, if you would please put your name and affiliation and your role in chat so that everybody can see who's here. And if you know each other, say hello, or if you don't, say, hey, I know you, Darlene. Anyway, I really, really appreciate you all joining us here. And I hope that what we have to share today and the discussion that we have um, leads to, again, some collaboration and partnerships, because that's what this is all about. So, all right, so I'm just going right now, I'm going to share the um, presentation and go into slideshow. So the objective of this particular partnership meeting is just to kind of give you an update on what the Bay Area Community College Consortium is doing to continue to support our ICT digital media programs and our partnerships with the broader community. Um, Obviously the objective is for us to, again, provide an update on, our activity and our roles in the sector, to reintroduce the team because there's been some changes. And I do want to go back and review what we discussed last spring and what has become of that. And then give you an update on all the project and activities that we are currently engaged in. And I want to encourage you, if you have any questions, you don't have to wait. You can put it in the chat. I think we have a small enough group here where, if you have a question and you want to stop me, just unmute yourself and say, hey, Olivia, Dan, or whoever is who's talking, to answer any questions that you may have. In the meantime, we don't have to wait until the end. Okay. So we're going to start with some program updates. I'm going to give you an update on the BACC ICT digital media team that is covering the sector. We'll walk back and do a look at what we discussed in the spring, and then leave some space for any of our partnership. Because I always open up if there's new things that are going on and you think that you can, have some continued discussion on, partnering around our whole goal, and that is preparing a workforce to meet the industry needs in the region. Okay, that's what we're all about. Just a reminder that we're about supporting our career education programs in this sector and getting our students into living wage types of jobs. Okay. And then we'll go over any actions that came out of this, and report those and get them in there in our meetings, in our minutes. So the next one. So let's start with the one with one of the major areas in which the BACCC has been involved, not only within the region, but statewide. So I'm going to turn it over now to Dan to give you an update on the AI initiative. And Dan, I just have this one slide here. If there's anything that you want to share other than what I have here, let me know, and I'll stop sharing and let you take it. So.
Cool. Sounds good. Thank you, Olivia. So good evening, everyone. So Dan Montoya here. So we're project management consultant with the Bay Area Community College Consortium. Been supporting projects in this space for a number of years now. The one that I'll be speaking to is used to be the AIDA RJV, so Artificial Intelligence Data Analytics. I think we've pivoted more to having more of a focus on AI. So lately we've been calling it just the AI RJV, so RJV Regional Joint Venture. If you are not familiar with RJV, so that's just a jointly funded project using Bay Area Community College Consortium funds. 28 Bay Area community colleges. So the direction, right, is to build projects and efforts that benefit the region as a whole, right? So just a little bit kind of on AI, right? Like I'll start high level, kind of what's going on at the state, and then kind of drill down a little bit, like what we're doing specifically in the Bay region. So also Tuan Nguyen is here. So he's the lead faculty at Laney College that's really done a lot of the heavy lifting behind this effort. So definitely I'll give Tuan an opportunity to share, but just kind of high level on the update. So there is a new AI discipline that was submitted for and recognized by the California State Academic Senate. So, that's exciting because that creates opportunities just kind of in what colleges can do with the discipline, right? They could either develop AI courses under different subject areas or actually go out on their own and develop a new AI department. So I'm seeing that as an opportunity to provide some flexibility with what colleges individually throughout the Bay Area and across the state can do with AI curriculum. There's a lot of AI momentum conversations, work groups going on. A few that I'm going to call out, and I'm sure we're not familiar with every work group that's going on across the state. But so just to start, there's a new AI caucus with the State Academic Senate for the faculty members that are on the call and interested in getting plugged in. That's an opportunity for you to join the conversation and kind of influence, the direction of AI curriculum, starting with the State Academic Senate. There's also the Centers of Excellence. So the Centers of Excellence are the groups within the different regions of the California community colleges that focus on kind of labor market information, like keeping the pulse on, where are the jobs, where are the opportunities. They're going to start putting together some work groups that try to identify what is the impact of AI on career technical education programs. So obviously that's kind of AI, the hot topic of the day, right? We know it's going to impact a lot of different areas, a lot of different disciplines within the community colleges, leading to a lot of different jobs. So just trying to gauge, like, where do we need to be kind of pivoting to as community colleges? There's also the CCCAIC. So I know it's a big acronym there, but so California Community College AI Consortium. And again, that's a conversation that's going on bi-weekly, and it's across the state. So community college faculty coming together, sharing best practices, kind of what they're doing, what they're learning. And, there's some good conversations and momentum going on with that group. And then lastly, there's a more specific focus that's also going on statewide is there's a pilot program to get generative AI and entrepreneurship kind of merged together and then provide that as an opportunity as a short-term certificate for community college students to come in, rapidly prototype, right, using Gen AI, kind of bringing in those entrepreneurship skills and kind of really developing services to bring to market quickly, right? So we're excited to there's community college faculty from across the state that's working on this. And the idea is to rapidly prototype, offer it, improve it, and then get it through the official curriculum approval cycle. I think the first pass is going to be a not for credit offering, which provides more flexibility on what the community colleges are going to be able to do there. So I know that's a lot. So that's kind of statewide. Again, new AI discipline. There's a new AI caucus as a part of the State Academic Senate. There's these work groups focused on the impact for CTE, career technical education programs, the California Community College AI Consortium, and then, again, a specific project is the generative AI and entrepreneurship effort. So just calling that out for our industry partners, community college faculty that are on the call, anybody that's interested in possibly leaning into the conversations, feel free to reach out because we're definitely looking for input, not just from other community college faculty, but from industry and what you all are hearing as well. And then drilling down specifically to what we're doing within the Bay Area community colleges, so the regional joint venture. So there's AI curriculum development happening with mainly Tuan leading the charge at Laney College. And our effort there is going to be focused on increasing the membership within that project, right? So right now we have Laney College, Mission College, Evergreen Valley College are really leaning in, right? We're looking for other colleges to get plugged in. And the goal is to really do curriculum implementation and expansion throughout the Bay Area community colleges, continue to explore industry recognized credentials and what that might look like in the AI space. So we're making sure we're bringing those into AI courses that we're developing. And then we're also working on developing Laney College as the AI Center of Excellence, where an opportunity for faculty to, again, come learn, but also for us to be able to, train folks and disseminate curriculum that is jointly developed through the Bay Area community colleges. And I know that was a lot, but I do want to pivot over to Tuan and give you an opportunity, Tuan, to talk about, what you're seeing as a faculty member working on all this.
Okay, thanks so much, Dan. Do you mind if I share my screen? I only have like three slides or so. So
Here you go.
okay, great. Do you see my slides?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. I just want to come back to a specific task that I'm doing. I am working with within the now called the AI RJV. It used to be AIDA, but Dan still kept that word or at the acronyms. Now it should be just AI because we are really just AI things. So what we have done with this is to develop AI curriculum. And we are at the stage that we proudly say that Laney College is the first in the state to have the AI department at the college. And then soon after that, as I work in the cohort, then Folsom Lake College, which is out of the Bay Area here in the north. Now they already had the AI department at their college late last month. So we already had the AI department since late spring. And then the news also came yesterday from Dean Angel. He is working hard to push AI department and also through the curriculum system with the AI subject code. So with that, what does that mean? I'm going to share with you another screen. So for the other screen, where's that? Okay, so I'm going to share with you another screen. Now it is AI. So do you see the AI website screen?
Yes.
Right. So it used to be AIDA, but now it is AI. So you can go to the website. This is a public website. You can go to it, right? It is baccc.net/AI. So I'm going to put that in the chat.
I got it, Tuan.
Oh, you already. Okay. So I really like to bring down to what we have been working on. So the information is public. You can see the whole developments on the screen. Right. So we are working on AI, and we divide it into tracks. As you can see, we have Gen AI, we have deep learning, we have NLP, we have CV, and then the plan of all of this would give us the 4 certificates, as if you look at the screen, and also the AS degree to come. Probably we're going to submit that sometime August in summer of next year. So all of that going at the college, we just submitted all of these, not all of them, but 9 courses. That would then be the foundation for the 3 certificates. And we have our AI advisory team. We established the very first AI advisory meeting in July of 2024. And going forward, we would like to also reach out and expand the network so that first we can get more support in terms of funding. Currently, we have a major funding coming from the AI RJV. That will give us time for the next, let's say, 2.
So Tuan, how would any of the faculty here that are interested in learning more about this, because we do have to move on here and we may be getting into a little bit more detail, but this is the kind of information that we want to share out, particularly to our faculty. And there may be other partners here that are looking for this kind of curriculum. And that's why Laney has taken on the lead in being the Center of Excellence. And this is one of the objectives that they have, and that is to get this information out about these programs that are accessible to not only our faculty here, but if any of you that are looking for curriculum, around this space, Tuan is your contact there, and I see he's put his contact information in the chat. So, thank you, Tuan. I think we need to move on through to get to the rest of the meeting. So if you could unshare, and I'll go back to my screen.
Olivia, can I make one quick comment?
Sure.
In the chat, you should see the baccc.net/AI. Don't go to AIDA. The AIDA site now is historical, so it has everything up to about August.
Okay.
So click on the site of /AI.
Okay, good. That was something I didn't know, Tuan. So that is now that site is now the live current site.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
The AI site.
Okay, great. All right, so Tuan, if you could unshare, or there we go. I can go back to mine. All right, so now for the Regional Virtual Production Academy, similar to the AI project, this is also a BACC regional joint venture. The unique characteristic of this particular program, it is that it is a collaborative program, a very aggressive one, because there haven't been a collaborative program allows multiple colleges to come together and to offer courses that both of them alone could not provide. The other objective of the collaborative program, well, actually, there's two main objectives of a collaborative program, and that is to improve accessibility to a particular program. Again, students being able to get courses when they need them and complete courses and certificates in a more expeditious way, because they don't have to wait for their college to offer a particular course that they need for a certificate. The other thing, the benefit of a collaborative program, it allows participating colleges to fill their courses, because one of the things that often happens is they're unable to fill them because they're only offering them to their particular students. If they can offer them to students at other colleges, they can fill their courses more readily. So it's a win-win for both the college and the students. We began designing this program a little over, well, actually about 2.5 years ago. And we're learning an awful lot about how collaborative programs work. Our term that we use, our team, and I tell you, it's a very passionate team of faculty leading this charge, from Laney is a member of the Berkeley City College, Santa Rosa, Mission, Diablo Valley, and Ohlone. Okay, so there were 6 colleges involved here, and I tell you, I couldn't do it without the passion and commitment of the faculty that are involved in it. So the program officially launched this fall. We're offering 2 certificates, a fundamentals and an advanced certificate. And for those of you that may not be familiar with virtual production, when I talk to my friends who know nothing about what I do, I just let them know that, or tell them, well, have you ever seen The Mandalorian? Okay. The Mandalorian, the worlds in The Mandalorian are built by game engines. and they create the worlds in which the characters are filmed in front of these worlds that are projected on huge LED screens. And it's a really rapidly evolving and emerging way in which film, commercials, TV, promotional materials, shows, etc., are using this technology. And so we're hearing a lot about how, you know, things like AI and things are impacting jobs. Well, this is an area where there are new jobs being created, and it has a wide, diverse roles involved in virtual production, and so there's really we think a lot of opportunity for our students, and we really want to reach our current digital media students. And, you know, one of the things that got me intrigued about this project is that I wanted to see the region do more in the digital media space. There always seemed to be a lot of focus on the ICT side of the sector, but what are we doing as far as being, you know, getting our students into more emerging, high demand jobs in the creative side of this sector? So anyway, I have a couple of our team members on the call. I think I saw Monica and Mary. You know, if you know, like as Dan offered to Tuan, if there's anything you'd like to add about the launch before I talk about the internship program.
We discovered a lot of stuff that we didn't know.
Yeah, we did.
Is really what it came down to, because we went, oh, this is easy. Yeah. So maybe when Koki gets actually updated, it'll be easier.
Well, you know, that's a good thing too to point out, is that because this has never been done before, I'm really excited that it's getting some attention from the Chancellor's office.
Yeah.
And they are looking at, you know, using this as a model for the programs that have the same objective as we do: accessibility and enrollment. And I really think that that attention is going to bring attention to the point that Mary is making, that we have a lot of systems type of improvements and enhancements that we need to make these collaborative programs work more smoothly.
And the benefit, as Olivia said, especially for our more specialized courses, is that we are now actually rotating through the colleges and trying to make sure that we're offering courses as much as possible, so that students can move forward at a clip, right, rather than at a stagger. Because sometimes if it's just the one college, we can only offer the courses every 3 semesters or 4 semesters. And this way we take turns. And even with reduced FTEF, we've been able to offer a wide variety of courses that the students can then sign up for. So it's like it just launched, but we're starting to see the benefit.
And you know, another thing I want to mention is that it is a requirement of collaborative programs that they are offered online.
Yes.
And again, that's about accessibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they cannot be offered online, then we have to make some kind of provision for for students to be able to get to that course. For example, if they you know, are, you know, out of the area, help them get to that area or bring the course to them. So, but so far we've been successful in being able to offer almost all of them. Sometimes the capstone we have some challenges with, but so far we've been successful in being able to do that. And the other great thing about that requirement is that the CVC, the California Virtual Campus, has been very instrumental in the delivery of collaborative programs, and they've also been very, very supportive in helping us, you know, with our processes. And again, I think the state is also seeing that as another reason, leveraging the California Virtual Campus in delivery of programs. And so that's been a very exciting part of it. And for colleges that want to participate in a collaborative program, your participation will go so much smoother if you are a teaching college. I know some of you may not. We have the California Virtual Campus connects to student management systems, and the whole process is that to connect to those systems, you have to be a home college and a teaching college so that you can share student information. So we have that is that is a requirement that takes some upfront work, but it makes the process go so much smoother. So when Mary says we're learning a lot, those are the types of things we're learning. So, but it really has been an opportunity for the region to build its capacities into more, creative ways of delivering our programs and making sure that our students are successful in the completions.
And one of the things that the CVC is also doing is that they're trying to figure out a way to show the certificates so that students can see the flow, since we don't have assist support for our articulation agreements. So they are going to be our pseudo assist. Right, if anybody doesn't know what assist is, it shows the articulation between community college to CSU or to UC. There is nothing in place for sister to sister colleges. So they're going to hopefully be able to, for the collaborative programs, which maybe the AI certificate and that will become a collaborative as well, or anything else, that they will try and figure out a way to fold that in. Because we've proven that this could potentially work.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Yeah.
It's I got to say it's been a little scary, but it's definitely been having a very passionate team, and we also have a really, really dedicated team of administrators behind this too. So we're really looking forward to seeing some completions next spring. So we'll see. Because a lot of the students these certificates, the students are already taking or completed courses that would qualify for them to complete the certificate. One last thing before I move on is I want to tell you a little about the internship program that the RVPA has underway. It's a really novel relationship or partnership with the Foundation for Community Colleges, California Community Colleges, and the California Film Commission. The California Film Commission granted $100,000 for internships to jobs that lead to roles in the film industry, and we have taken those funds to create a team of interns at 3 colleges, and they call themselves RVPA Studios. And we're working with employers and a couple of other industry organizations to have our interns work on projects that they are working on, actually contributing. Maybe doing some research on the technology that they're thinking to use, or actually coming and testing things on LED screens. So it's really pretty exciting. We're just starting to bring the team together a couple of months ago, and they're already just jazzed about some of the things that are going on. At one of our partners is Gold Line in Dublin. This is the beautiful virtual production studio that is an offshoot of John Madden's work in the industry, and it's just really exciting to see what they're doing there. But anyway, so that's kind of an update on the RVPA. And again, I think we probably have one more year of implementation, because as Mary points out, we're learning a lot. We've got some system stuff that we need to finish up. So I don't want us to forget or lose sight on cybersecurity. We still are dealing with the challenge of the myth that to get an entry-level job in cybersecurity takes 5 years of experience. And our students are actually running into that, misconception. And so we have to take a look at how do we help our students get experience that will get the attention of employers. So the BACCC has long supported cyber camps, and one of the things that we're learning is that students are community college students that come in and support the cyber camps as teaching assistants. They get jobs. That experience of being a quote unquote camp counselor and helping you set up those environments and mentor those high school and middle school students. They have to work as a team. So they're coming out with some experience that is getting the attention of employers. I think one of the best success story is Juan Soberanes, and Dante, I can't remember his last name, but anyway, they came out of the camps and got jobs. The other thing that we highly encourage is that for students to participate in competitions, that helps them get jobs. So another last spring, I reported that 6 colleges had come together to put together a proposal for a cyber clinic. A cyber clinic is a concept developed by the Center for Long-Term Cybersecurity at UC Berkeley. And the model is one where in a course, a semester course, students are prepared to go into nonprofits or small businesses and do threat assessments. And it is kind of like a community service, right? And the curriculum is developed by the CTLC, and all of the processes to implement them is all provided. And it's a great opportunity for students to get hands-on experience, not only doing the assessment, going in and doing the analysis and the assessment, but then coming back as a team to report to the client, right? So it is we thought it was an incredible opportunity. Unfortunately, we were not awarded the grant, but I really think that the time that we put together in developing the proposal allowed us to now have a proposal template. And clinics can be implemented by a school. It can be implemented by a nonprofit. You don't have to be a college to implement the program. You just have to have a means of being able to deliver the curriculum. So this might also be of interest to some of our partners here on the call. And if you are, please let me know. I can share this template with you. It's a Word document that you can modify. It has the entire plan. It has the budget. It has the argument. And so anyway, if you're interested in that, and there's also information in the template about the curriculum that the CTLC offers and how it's implemented. So if you're interested and would like more information about the template and how you use it, please get in contact with me.
Olivia, I've put the template link into the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. So here's our team. I put it in kind of an alphabetical order here. You've met Dan. He's the lead on the AI RJV. Okay. The statewide work group that Dan mentioned is led by Rock Fontenhauer. Okay. And for the RJVs, and you saw that we both have websites. Our marketing and communications person is Lauren Tabita. She's been incredible. And so she's the one that maintains our website. So she's part of the team. My role is still to convene the partnership at least twice a year and to put together communications between that. We have a couple of newsletters that we do, and we do the tech talks. And we maintain the Bay ICT partnership website where there's a lot. Please bookmark that because we share a lot of information, between our meetings that might be useful to you. We have a lot of support from our coordinator, Sarah Ferguson. She leads the development of the newsletter and the tech, and she organizes and coordinates the tech talks. And then we have Jeff Deandra, who you're going to hear from just shortly here, who is the sub-regional director for the San Francisco Peninsula subregion. And Rock and the BAC has tapped him to, actually, I would describe the role as he's the one that's taking on the challenge of employer engagement, and he'll talk a little bit about that later. And again, Dan, again, involved with AI, and then I'm the lead on the RVPA project. So, again, I think I already covered this. Here's what we do, the regional, the Bay ICT partnership. It's a regional advisory. We do a lot of website and social media, the tech talks. We also maintain a community of practice. And that is a Google a work group that we shoot out a lot of information, such as the things that Tuan was talking about as far as the curriculum and updates and what's going on. We maintain that community of practice, and then we have a close tie with WASC and other opportunities for professional development, and share out there. And again, and also our role is to encourage regional partnership collaboration. So I'm going to turn it over to Jeff now to allow him to talk about what his priorities or what his work in the sector is involving. So turn it over to Jeff.
Hey everyone, I've definitely met some of the folks in the room, but for the folks I haven't met, my name's Jeff Deandria, Sub-Regional Director with the BACCC for SF San Mateo. And since we have a vacant ICT sector director role, there's just stuff that's, we all could help out on. So I'm helping out in that space. My background is, gosh, I went to Skyline College for 2 years, transferred to Davis. I've worked in tech recruiting, so this is kind of why I got tapped to work on this. Microsoft's college recruiting team, TikTok's college recruiting team, recruiting at underdog colleges for software engineer roles. Worked at Stanford's Career Center as the lead for their tech and startup employer partnerships, and then 2 boot camps in San Francisco as well. The latter one being a software engineer focused boot camp, and then now the community colleges. So I spend most of my time speaking with college recruiting kind of HR folks. They're starting to call themselves emerging talent folks. And then also speaking to hiring managers. So folks that are like engineering managers at the big companies, whether it be a Microsoft or a smaller company like Whoop. And so I'm just kind of downloading information from them on how we can get our students hired. In terms of what I'm working on, I guess the one biggest way to sum it up is you're seeing a lot of these college recruiting teams going from calling themselves university recruiting as an organization to going into calling themselves emerging talent. And so what I've been advised by actually a trusted colleague that works at one of the bigger tech companies is he said, Jeff, you know why they're calling it emerging talent now? It's because they're very interested in shedding the bachelor's degree requirement. The problem is they don't know how. They don't know how to put the landing gear on and land the plane. And so I see that as an opportunity. And what I'm working on is creating some lanes for them to dip their toe in that talent pool. And what better place than the community colleges to do that? So to the lanes that I'm working on to essentially, I know we're not going to get our students hired on the brand power of Skyline College. So we have to create some new lanes for them to look, you know, like, hey, I want to interview that student. So one lane is industry assessments for software roles. There happens to be a company called CodeSignal, and CodeSignal, basically, if you're going for a software job coming out of, like, you know, for like someone coming out of school, you get kicked an online coding assessment. So I've reached out to CodeSignal, as they're the #1 provider for about like 360 employers in the Bay Area alone of that online coding assessment. So we're partnering with them, and we're going to get that online coding assessment into the community colleges so the students can go ahead and take that. And if they take it, they basically unlock visibility with, again, 360 plus employers in the Bay Area alone, having passed, like, basically they're into the behavioral interview stage through passing that assessment. So that's one lane I'm working on this. There's another lane of like work simulations. So get rid of the resume. Instead, let me work on a work simulation. If so, the pilot we're going to do is with this organization. It's going to be for tech sales roles. So if you want to work in sales at a tech company, there's like a lot of opportunity, a lot of money in those career paths. There's an organization called Skillfully, and they say, we'll help your students showcase themselves in like a 20-30 minute work simulation that then, if they pass that, unlocks an interview with the stable of employers they have hiring for tech sales roles. So I'm working on this kind of thing of finding a way for us to disrupt, kind of like get the resume out of the way and just speak the language of these employers as they test out emerging talent. So that's kind of what's happening. And other than that, some wins. We're highly engaged with Salesforce. We're very close to landing a partnership with them, purely focused on AI skill development and apprenticeship. So we're hoping that goes through. We'll find out here in the next couple of weeks. We're gonna have an AI conference for faculty in computer science at the community colleges. We're gonna actually make it an unconference, working with Rock on that and with IBM. And so those are, I guess, just a peek under the hood, Olivia, of what's going on. And I'll just say the last thing I'll say is my approach in speaking with these employers, whether it be the emerging talent teams or the hiring managers, is what I'd call white glove service. So like when I was at Stanford, you had the golden keys to Silicon Valley. No one didn't want to talk to you. And then when I went to the boot camps, it was so hard to get those conversations with employers, kind of like it is now with the community colleges. So I'm glad I had that experience. But my experience is when you're coming from that exceptional place of they're not breaking down the door to come hire our students, time to do the white glove service and essentially be like a concierge. Like, what kind of person I know I have thousands of students I'd love for you to hire, but let's start with one. You tell me what the ideal archetype is of a good hire, and let me just go find that for you. So that's the way I'm approaching my work with these guys. And my theory is, if I get them one and they get a great experience, they'll say, hey, Jeff, this next season, I'd love to up to 3. And then you go from there. By the way, we hire for these other roles. So you unlock the portfolio of what's behind that person, but you got to start with one. So that's my approach is white glove service with these employers, and with the theory that and this has happened so many times in my career, that'll just unlock a portfolio of different roles that they hire for, but you gotta create that trust and rapport starting with one.
I like the analogy of the concierge, because I really think that when we present our students to the employers, and they've done the taken advantage of some of the resources that you've shared about being prepared and knowing what they're looking for, that will open doors, definitely. And at least that's what I hear from the job developers. So
and just to say, what I've heard sometimes is when I presented this style, people are like, hey, wait, we can't cherry pick students. That's unethical. And I'm like, that's not what we're doing. They're saying this is the profile, the 3 things they're looking for. We go to the right faculty and that, certificate program on campus, and we let all the students know that's what they're looking for, and they all can apply. They all will express themselves, but they're all going to answer, say, 3 very pointed questions that the employer will then be able to filter. 35 students applied, fill out the Google form. I can filter to exactly who is the right person. So this isn't cherry picking, even though the goal is to essentially get them that best hire.
It's about preparation, I think, right?
So anyway, it's nice to meet everyone.
So is there anything that, we have on this call here, folk from nonprofits, from workforce development? Is there, and definitely, there's definitely faculty is very well represented here.
Okay.
Is there anything that you would ask of this group, or ways that they can lend support to you?
If you have any, if you're an employer, if you're hiring for roles, or of people hiring for roles, and you're like, I don't know where to throw this person. Is it the Career Center? Is it where? I'm glad to speak with anyone that's hiring and be that concierge service for them and get them in touch with the right folks. So that's one way to engage. Another way to engage, if you have students seeking software roles, we're partnered very closely with this organization called the Computing Talent Initiative. It's a $10 million grant from the governor's office, and they've built essentially a professor over at Cal State Monterey Bay that works closely with Hartnell College. About 400 students from across the state. They can come from UC, Cal State, the community colleges, private colleges, and they've built a very robust 40-week, about 6 to 10 hours a week curriculum to help students get into software jobs. And that's the kind of program that is our incubator, essentially. So if you have students, and there's a ton of community college students in that 400 already, feel free to be in touch with me, and I'm glad to get them plugged into that program. Yeah. The way, for instance, I was on a call with a VP of software at a very well-known company in the health space. And literally the way I got him to sign a DocuSign saying, like, what are the 3 things? And if I can put that in front of students, how many students would you basically guarantee an interview if they met that bar? So I'm holding their feet to the fire and really kind of trying to get that guaranteed visibility for our students. And then we'll find a way to scale it.
Great. Very
So
good.
any employers come my way, if you got software students interested in software, or even the tech sales, which is completely not an engineering thing. We're about to run a pilot with this work simulation, so feel free to reach out.
Great. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
What are the 3 questions?
So the questions, long story short, through the Computing Talent Initiative, the 400 students in that program, after they get through enough of that 40-week long curriculum, they unlock a work-based learning experience where we plug them into either a 4-week or 8-week open source internship where they're working on open source. And essentially, we've created a resume book that we send to the employers through that. But we've stepped up our game and said, hey, students, we're actually going to go into the open source code base, I guess you'd call it. And we're going to call out times you were a problem solver, you were a team player, how many problems you've solved in general to show your passion for software. And so we're quantifying these you can call them soft skills and tangibles, and we're putting them in front of the hiring manager and asking which ones are most important to you. How many should they have done in the problem solving or the teamwork? And if someone meets that, like, you tell us what's your bar, you're guaranteeing you'd interview them. How many? Not 50. Okay, start with 3. Okay, so for that person, I'd have to dig up theirs, but it was some of on those metrics, they had a certain number they'd want the students to hit.
Jeff, can you put your email in the chat for people?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay.
A quick review of what we talked about at the last meeting. There were 2 topics that we wanted to discuss. We only had time to really dive into one of them. And that is to look at how we begin to identify tech jobs in non-tech companies. A lot of the assumption is that we're preparing students for roles in tech companies, but it is the non-tech companies that are probably feeling some pain around hiring tech talent, or as the emerging talent, as Jeff talks about. So just real quick, because we only have a few more minutes, I did run with that, and I put together a draft proposal in collaboration with John Carice at the Centers of Excellence on how we would do outreach survey of hiring executives, or I mean, an HR and talent management executives in non-tech companies. Present them with the survey about how successful, or what are some of the challenges they've had with hiring and filling their tech roles, and then do some outreach and awareness around the talent that is available to them or is being prepared for them by our programs. And so that proposal is still out there as an RJV. And so we are going to continue to maybe pursue that in the near future. But that's one of the things that came out of that meeting. And so, again, one of the things that I'm really glad to have people like Jeff on board, and the BACC's commitment to, keeping the rest of this support for the sector in place, because we do want to continue to come up with different approaches as to how we get our students in these jobs, and developing relationships that may not only be about this sector. If we can develop relationships with the hiring managers and talent managers, I mean executives at the executive levels that we're targeting, develop these relationships and raise the awareness of what's going on here, is really developing some of the talent that they may need. So that, just wanted to let you know that we're still pursuing that idea. And then, we did talk a little bit, but not much, about how do we fund internships? How do we fund work-based learning? And we're getting better at that. And I think the example of working with the foundation and industry, like the Film Commission, is a really good model. And I think we're going to start, maybe taking a look at how we develop more relationships like that. Okay. So anyway, what I want to do right now is kind of like start a discussion on, opportunities to collaborate. I wanted to start, one of our colleagues at the region, Laura Jorgensen, couldn't be here today, but she wanted to let you know that she has put together some really great information to how community colleges can work with workforce development boards, and how workforce development boards work with the community college in a synergistic way. What are some of the advantages? What are some of the things that you can actually get done together? And so these are two documents. I can go to them right just real quickly here. What you need to know to work with what the community colleges need to know in working with workforce development. And you go right down here too, and they get right down to what are some of the services and support and partnerships that community colleges and workforce development boards can do and collaborate together. So I'll keep this deck, and all of the links will be shared with you. I think these are excellent documents that that Laura has put together, and I just wanted to make sure that I represented her today, and particularly since I do see that we have a couple of representatives from workforce development boards, and Laura and I would be more than happy to meet with you afterwards to go over and look at maybe something in some of the ideas or suggestions in this document might be something that you might want to start to work with us on. So I'd like to know if there's any other, of our partners here that, have any announcements or updates that you would like to share with this group. I'd like to open that up right now, quickly before we wrap up.
Hi, Olivia. This is Darlene, Alameda County Workforce Development Board. Thank you for inviting me here today. I'm going to send you an email now. I think that you may have received it earlier on, but for those who are working with students and or youth, there is the USS Hornet Text on Decks event this Saturday. So I just wanted to make sure that you have received that information. I believe that I have sent that out to you, but I'm going to send it to you again just in case.
Yes, please, because we'll
Okay.
get that out to our network and our community of practice. That sounds like that would be, a fun thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Over 30 exhibitors, and it sounds like a really fun thing. Love Never Fails hosted them on the radio show for KFAX, so you can definitely take a listen there as well to hear about it. But I am sending this over to you right now. Also.
Great. And
Thank you.
I will get that notice out to our partnership as well as our community of practice.
Thank you.
Any other news or announcements? All right, so we definitely have one, and I'm not going to put the notes here because my typing is horrible, and Dan is helping me with the notes. But what I'm hearing is I want to make sure that I connect with the workforce development boards about what Laura wanted to share, and I will share Darlene's event. I'll keep you posted on the status of the proposal to start to develop relationships with HR executives in the region. And we'll keep you posted on the other. If you get our newsletters, you're going to get updates on the projects that we covered today as well. So anyway, I want to thank you all for joining us today. I really appreciate your willingness to give your time to being a part of this partnership. And I'm really hoping that the whole ICT digital media efforts of the region will continue to expand. Will continue to give it the attention that we know that as part of this region requires. And again, any other ideas or opportunities for collaborating, please let me know. And we'll see you online and keep you posted. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for attending. All right.
Thank you, Olivia.
All right.
Hey, Olivia, happy to, you had mentioned about going through some information. I don't know if I can stay long with you today, but happy to touch bases with you on anything that the Alameda County Workforce Development Board might be able to support with that hat on. Of course, EBIETC, we're always looking at that collaborative venture, but with the Alameda County Workforce Development hat on, there is some interest here around apprenticeship, around AI. So definitely some opportunity for at least a discussion to see where we might align.
Well, I'm looking forward to next Wednesday.
I am too. Thank you so much.
I'm on a panel of a meeting of the Alameda County Workforce Development Board where they are going to be looking at their strategies. And I'm coming there with my BACCC hat on, and these are the kind of opportunities that we can talk about. And there is a lot going on with apprenticeship now these days, Darlene. I'm looking into employer developed apprenticeships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And those are the types of things that I think that, the whole registered apprenticeship process can be kind of like, sometimes, round peg in a square, square peg in a round hole. Mm-hmm. And so we're looking at ways in which, employers can develop their own apprenticeship programs. And so I hope to have some information about that to share with you next week.
Okay, absolutely. And please do feel free to share that information. I didn't think about sharing that information until just when you mentioned it. But yeah, feel free to share that with everyone as well, because that is open. You know, there's a public comment section. For the most part, people are listening, but it is a great opportunity to hear from you and from the other panelists.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm digging into that right now for another, another program, and how, how we can get employers more engaged in apprenticeship. That always seems to be the difficulty, as you probably know. So
Yeah, well, there's a good model. I can send you the information. We just had a Pleasanton Unified School District. They just presented, and they have they're the first high school to have cybersecurity, and I think at robotics or something like that. So they just had a presentation. I'll send you the electronic copy of that, and of course, it's on the website as well.
right.
Okay. All right. Thank
All right.
you. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Darlene, before you go,
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Mary. Oh, hi.